This is Jeff.
This is Brandon.
We're the Film Blurs. This episode is brought to you by
Puma presents the new AC Milan third kit for the 2021-22 season. The bold new progressive jersey takes traditional design and rewrites the rules to push the boundaries and defy convention. The new AC Milan third kit creates a fearless new expression of the club's identity and challenges tradition by reimagining conventional football kits in a brand new approach that merges football and streetwear culture. Puma, we are forever faster. Puma.com.
Get your films on with the Blurs!
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolyte.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the most ignorant film review show on the planet, the Film Blurs. I am Jeff Stewart. I forgot my name for a second. AKA He Who Remains, AKA Revengeman Button, AKA Uncle Jeffrey, a.k.a. To Be Determined, and I'm joined here with my co-host,
Brandon Norwood, a.k.a. Hero Protagonist, a.k.a. the true father of Joe's kids, a.k.a. Papi Chulo, still sticking Molly and all the women in your life's butt and getting your grandma pregnant, a.k.a. Rough McGruff, still pulling rip and runs, a.k.a.
The Lethal Protector,
a.k.a. B-Wood, the Magnificent.
I've been waiting for someone to send me a deep fake of Venom in all these movies we mentioned last week, man.
Yeah, you know, it'll happen.
It'll happen
eventually. Man. Yeah, let's get into some news that happened today. Fucking Disney pushed back like all the Marvel shit, and then
right.
Indiana Jones is getting pushed back a whole ass year.
I mean, Indiana Jones can get pushed back forever. But
honestly, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over that.
Right.
Like I love you, James Mangold, but like once Spielberg's like, yeah, fuck y'all not let me do what I want. Like that should have been the end of it.
Right. I mean, 4. I haven't seen 4 since the first time I went to theaters to see it, and you know, it's utterly forgettable.
I rewatched them all during quarantine, and you know what? I like 4 better than 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Temple of Doom has aged badly.
Oh, I mean, the 80s in general has aged badly.
It was also when both Spielberg and Lucas were going through a divorce, so there's a lot of that in that movie.
A lot of issues. A lot of issues on the table.
Yeah, so, but yeah, man, like all the, so the very first movie that was supposed to come out next year was Doctor Strange in February. That shit ain't coming out now till like, I think May.
Right, I think everything got pushed back at 3 months?
Yeah, because fucking what's it called is not coming out now till Black Panther's not coming out till November. Like that was supposed to be July, and they're like, yeah, that shit's coming out in November now, and it's just like, god damn, man. Like, so you know what? This Spider-Man movie better be fucking amazing, because that's gonna be the last shit we get for a minute.
Right. Do we have any sort of indication on why everything was pushed back significantly? Like,
your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, Doctor Strange 2 was supposed to come out March 25th. It is now coming out May 5th. Fuck. Thor: Love and Thunder was supposed to come out May 6th and is now coming out July 8th. Black Panther was supposed to come out July 8th, now coming out November 11th. The Marvels, which is the Captain Marvel sequel, from November 11th to now February 17th, 2023. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was supposed to come out February 17th, 2023, is now coming out July 28th, 2023. That's the one that sucks, because we just saw Loki, and now we gotta wait like another 5 fucking months to see this shit paid off, and probably season 2 will be said and done by then.
I mean, they're announcing the movie pushbacks now, but like I wouldn't be surprised if they start pushing back some of these TV shows.
Well, yeah, because Miss Marvel was supposed to come out this year, and that's not coming out till next year now. I think Hawkeye is going to take out the last of the Marvel shows for the year,
right?
Which we got to review the trailer later this episode. They took 2 movies off the schedule. There's an untitled Marvel movie for July 28th that's got pulled. July 28th, 2023, that got pulled.
Right.
There's another one that's supposed to come out. This is the Blade. It was rumored this was Blade.
Right.
I may be able to confirm that, maybe not. Blade got pulled. Well, untitled Marvel. We'll keep it untitled Marvel. Got pulled from October 6th, 2023. So there's 2 movies that are completely now just pulled from schedule. And there's a third Marvel Untitled movie. It was supposed to come out November 10th, is now coming out November 3rd. So that one got moved up a few days.
Hey, congratulations, Untitled Marvel movie.
So that third one, the third one didn't get pulled. So I wonder what that third one is.
I don't know. It must be special to move it up 7 days.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Well, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Pulling for you, Eternals, because like I said, man, Chloe Zhao, I trust her. You know, she got full IMAX. She posted that on her Instagram that they just finished the full IMAX version and the full 1.43 aspect ratio. So I'm pulling for you. I hope it's
I hope it makes some box office.
Yeah, man. I hope she gets to do whatever she wants after this, because I know she's working with Universal now on her cowboy Dracula movie, and
there's a cowboy Dracula movie coming out.
Well, that she's doing.
Really?
Listen, between The Rider and Nomadland, I'm in. You know what I mean?
Right.
And for those are movies where you got to be in the mood to watch them. This looks like, oh, okay, this is just her doing
some fun shit.
Yeah,
all right,
letting her hair down.
All right. I'm about it.
So I want to do some cleanup from last week. I forgot to mention in our No Time to Die review that one of the things that was improved was the relationship between Bond and Madeline, because in Spectre, I didn't buy that.
Right.
That was just, and my brother pointed out as to why I didn't like that. It's because they weren't directed well. I feel like nobody's heart was in Spectre. It's very clear. Let's just
do it so we can get to this.
Yes, yeah. That was just, and it seems like Cary Fukunaga watched Spectre and was like, man, I wish I could have made that movie. Let me make Spectre Part 2. And yeah, man, because they had no chemistry in Spectre, and this one I was like, yo, they had chemistry. The relationship was believable. It's because imagine if they still had the same chemistry from Spectre, it would kill the fucking movie.
Right. And I forgot to mention this last week. We were talking about the film, but we talked about Cary's direction. We talked about the cinematography. We didn't talk about
the Warner.
What was that?
The Warner.
What do you mean the Warner?
Oh, we'll get to that.
No, I'm talking about Phoebe Waller.
Her contribution.
Bridge, her contribution. And so.
Well, that's where all the humor came from.
All the humor came from that, and the more believable female characters and interaction.
Yeah.
So shout out to her for injecting, some wokeness and some actual 3-dimensional female characters into this franchise.
Yeah. Let's roll right into the Warner. I didn't even realize it was because for those of you who are not familiar with Cary Fukunaga's work, or Cary, let's say his whole name, Cary Joji Fukunaga's work. Right. He always puts a Warner in there, and it's always an amazing Warner.
Yeah, and it's the stairwell.
Yeah. And I thought the stairwell, it wasn't IMAX. It was 35 millimeter,
right.
Which I get it, because the only person to pull off a Warner was Zack Snyder with an IMAX camera.
Right.
The Warner is amazing. It is like Atomic Blonde, except better. Atomic Blonde, it felt like they were showing off. This one, it was intense. It put you in the story, it put you with Bond, and you feel every hit. That was a dope Warner.
Because I was waiting for it, I was waiting for his one take, and I was not disappointed.
I didn't even realize it was happening until halfway through, and that's the perfect Warner, a Spielberg Warner. You don't realize
it's happening. It's so intense. It's so just well choreographed, and there's just so much going on. you don't notice the camera work. You don't notice that, oh shit, there is not one cut in this, like was it 7-minute shootout scene in the stairwell.
Well, it was hand-to-hand, mostly hand-to-hand combat.
Well, I mean, they were,
But like that, I mean, him and Spielberg are the masters of the oner because they don't call attention to themselves. Right. You don't even realize it's happening until you're like, oh shit. Like almost every Spielberg movie has a oner.
Right.
Like I now that I've gone back and rewatched a lot of Spielberg's movies, especially during lockdown, I was like, oh fuck. Like that's what's great about it is like his oners are people, usually just people talking and moving around a room and it doesn't cut. And it's vital information usually.
I mean, Spielberg understands when to use like just the camera in general to tell the story.
Yeah.
He is a master of staging and placement, and it's a lot of people try to ape it, but they don't understand it, and so it just seems like some sort of just carbon copy bullshit.
I will say there are directors whose camera movements I love, like Denis Villeneuve. He knows how to move the camera. Right. Ryan Johnson knows how to move the camera. Fincher has those trademark pans and tilts and everything.
Right. Like Fincher's meticulous. Like he's like I've seen breakdowns of how he stages a scene and how he edits using After Effects.
Yeah. To fill shit out, not to, I think Nolan moves the camera well. Like I love his push-ins. Like everybody calls it out, the Christopher Nolan push-ins, and they're very elegant, beautiful push-ins. Man. Who else? Some people know how to like move the camera properly, man, and just make it elegant and beautiful, And Cary's one of them. So let's roll right into now. Cary has some controversy under his belt. That
I mean, I don't even know how to talk about this.
Listen,
like I don't want to get canceled myself.
My thing here is, well, basically what happens, there's this unknown actress who was going to take the part that what's her face had. What's her face?
I don't know. I can look her up.
Oh man, Alexandria Daddario had.
No, it wasn't Alexandria Daddario. She was playing a stripper.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but if the role calls for nudity and you knew up front, then you just got to back out and say, this ain't for me.
Right. But like she's saying she didn't know it required nudity. And like, I don't know who to believe. Right. Here's the thing. All right. She was supposed to be a day player. She was supposed to be on for maybe 2 days. It was a small part. She played a stripper, and she wasn't comfortable with the nudity. She said to the producers, director, and everything like that she wasn't comfortable with the nudity. She's saying they sort of tried to force her to do the nude scene, and then when she wouldn't, they kind of just they paid her out, and they let her go, and they replaced her with someone who would do the nude scene. And my thing is, like, I don't know who to believe, but also you took the part of a stripper.
I'm not going to force anybody to do what they want, but like if I'm on set and that happened to me on set, I'd be like, all right, well, guess you lost the part.
Right. Peace out.
Yeah. We'll pay, like, we'll try to work something out with the people above me, but as of right now, we can't use you.
Right. And they it's not like they paid her, like she got paid for, the role and everything like that. If they gave her the impression that there was not going to be any nudity, and then all of a sudden they changed their minds, then that's bad on them. Right. But if she took the part and was just trying to get out of doing the nudity, that's on her. Like I said, this is a he said, she said, or they said, she said type of situation. The truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, rough. It's tricky.
Right. It's really tricky. Like no one should be no one should be forced to do anything that they don't want to do, but also you have to go into a situation with clarity, 100%. Like you can't go into a situation with like, well, I've got the part, now maybe I can negotiate my way out of this thing I don't want to do.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah.
But like speaking as a man, I can't, like, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure we'll hear more in the upcoming weeks.
Right.
All right. Well, let's move on to DC Fandome that happened over Saturday. Shout out to Carlos and Emily and the team at Warner Brothers for sending me and Jeff care packages that I completely forgot about. I got home and that was a nice thing to come home to after a long day of bullshit.
Right. I mean, I was on a scouting trip on Friday, and I get this email from FedEx. It's like, oh, your package from WB is on the way. I was like, what?
What shirt did you get?
I got the Fandome
t-shirt. Yeah, I saw somebody got the Batman shirt, and I'm
I was mad as fuck.
I was like, yo, you couldn't give me the Batman shirt?
Like,
you got to give me this. Fine.
And
it's
also they sent me an extra large.
Oh yeah, well I'm an XL. I'm cool,
right,
but it's a big XL. I was like, bro, this looks like a 2 or 3X, not a regular XL.
Right. What are you trying to say about your fans, DC? you trying to say something? Yeah.
That popcorn maker is going to get some workout on Halloween.
The Superman. They gave us a Superman popcorn maker.
I got Batman.
Okay, I got Superman. I got a whole bunch of comics. I got the Funko Pop. I got the limited edition purple glitter Joker.
Oh, I got Batman Funko pin. It's a huge pin.
Right.
Some stuff I might give away on the podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
We listen to some upcoming episodes and follow us on Twitter. That's where I'll be doing the giveaways, is on Twitter. You're gonna pay for shipping yourself because we ain't rich. Yeah, but follow us on Twitter at FilmBlurds, and you know, keep your eyes peeled for some contests. You know.
All right, there you go.
We'll start it. We'll start it not anytime soon. We'll start in November when we got a little more time, because it's the crunch is. I'm feeling the crunch right now. Like, I am tired. So you know, I got a couple of things I would like to give away out of that box.
Okay.
To our listeners.
Cool.
DC Fandome. This year and last year, what they really excel at, where Marvel fails at, is they focus on everything, not just their fucking movies,
right?
Like Marvel does. They're like, no,
like, we're more than just the movies.
We got video games, and both the video games they have look hard, like Suicide Squad, killed the Justice League.
And then Gotham
Knights both look hard, and I didn't even know. I knew it was going to revolve around them looking for Batman because Batman disappeared.
Right.
I did not know that the Quarter Owls was going to play into this. And what do we got to do to get a Quarter Owl movies? I mean, god damn, man.
Well, you know, we'll talk about the Batman trailer. Well, I'll talk about the Batman trailer later.
Wait, is the Quarter Owls in this?
No, okay. but like it seems like that could fit into this new world that they're creating.
Okay. So, yeah, DC Fandome, they pointed out that they have a Static Shock movie in the works. They showed some concept art from Batgirl. They showed some concept art in like the very first scene from Black Adam.
Right.
Black Adam looks like they spent more money on this than they did Shazam, which how the fuck are you going to spend more money on the villains movie than the heroes movie?
Because it's The Rock, man. You can't cheap out on the fucking Rock, dude. Like, you already paid, $20 million to get this dude in your movie. So you can't cheap out on that.
It is directed by Wame Colette-Serra, and so I already know that the editing will be choppy as fuck, and it'll be random cuts for no reason. So I'm prepared for that.
I wasn't all that impressed by like the sneak peek they showed of it. You know?
Oh, I thought it looked harder. He turned that motherfucker to ash.
Like it looked cool, but like DC excels at shit looking cool in their clips, and then you get a whole entire movie worth of steaming dog shit.
I'm not going to say anything till I see the movie. Like, this is what I'm going to do from now on. I'm not going to say anything till I see the fucking movie.
Right.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Look, I hope that, like, I don't wish ill upon any project. I hope that they finally locked in to whatever formula they need to lock into to, like, make a good movie all the way through. Like, I'm a big fan of Shazam. Shazam, honestly, is one of my favorite DC movies out of this DCU that they've created, you know? I hope that the magic that they pulled into Shazam is injected into Black Adam.
And we got to see some like very like a sizzle reel Shazam. Shazam 2 looks like they put like another like 50. It has the budget of the first one plus another 50 million. Like I was like, okay, cool.
Right, good.
I love that the villains are Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu, and they're just a team of witches just fucking shit up. They don't give a fuck. Looks like it's going to be a family affair. Like it looks like the Shazam family is going to be working together and just figuring out like basically we're kids and we got to go to school and do kid shit, but then we got to save the world.
Right.
And they're going to have to figure that shit out. That's look like what the crux of the movie's going to be.
And I'm all about that.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
We got to see first look at the Flash. They changed the suit from that fucking ugly ass bulky shit that Zack Snyder created to an actual Flash suit. They gave him the ring.
Right.
The suit looks cool, man.
I'm
fucking y'all and they're teasing Batman. There's two versions of Barry. They made that clear because it looks like traveling through time is going to be our version of Barry, whatever version of Barry that's traveling with him, and then Supergirl, because Supergirl's part of that trio.
Right.
So they meet up with the Michael Keaton Batman. They make that clear, like, hey, he's going to be like the overseer.
And I was never a big Flash fan, It was, but I'm excited for this movie.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the potential
Yeah.
for this movie. And especially if they can, retcon a lot of the mistakes made over the last, 10 years. Like if they can use the Flash movie to like sort of like reset, I'm good with that.
The only thing that should be canon after this Flash movie should be Man of Steel and the first Wonder Woman. That's the only things that should be canon. Everything else, let's scorch that off the face of the earth. Oh, also the James Gunn's Justice League. But
you mean? Oh well, yeah.
I mean James Gunn's Suicide Squad. My bad.
But like,
apologies.
But you said what I'm thinking. Like, yeah, that's James Gunn's Justice League. It's that's Suicide Squad.
Yeah, so 3 movies, 3 out of how many they've put out there. I'm just like, just fuck the rest of them. That's not good.
Right.
So that's coming out. They announced a bunch of comics, and all the comics look hard. People got mad that
Superman's
son is bi, but I'm just like, who gives a shit? He's an alien. Well, you know what I mean?
But here's the someone tweeted this. I forgot who it was. It's like the Superman, like the son of Superman being bi. Like if you're mad at it, it probably doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
But if it does, it's life changing for a whole bunch of other people.
Right.
Representation matters. It doesn't seem like it's shoehorned representation.
Listen, the little kid walking around with high heels on, listening to Young Hearts Run Free. He needs heroes too.
Yep. Well, there you go.
That's
very specific.
I got some. When we get into what have you been watching, I got some specific gay shit because that shit had me dying laughing. I was like, oh boy. But yeah, man, I'm not mad at anything. They changed Superman's slogans. Superman's slogan, the guy who runs DC Comics, Jim Lee, great artist, great storyteller. He came out, he's like, yeah, because America can't get their shit together, we've changed Superman's slogan from truth, justice, and the American way to truth, justice, and a better tomorrow, which I like that better anyway.
No,
because that's what everybody strives for,
right,
is a better tomorrow, not just the American way. The American dream is dead. Let's keep it 100. Like that shit is just unattainable.
It's unobtainable, and it's been corrupted and co-opted.
Yes.
Privatized and corporatized.
Yeah. So that's what everybody strives for, is just a better tomorrow. You know what I mean?
I mean, he is the man of tomorrow, so it makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. So, DC Fandome, there's a lot, man. You want to talk about the Batman trailer? I didn't watch it just because I'm so satisfied with that trailer last year.
Honestly, the trailer that came out last year was better than this. There's definitely a mood to this Batman film. Like it definitely feels like Seven with superheroes.
That's what I heard. I heard it's going to be rated R. Like they made it clear, like it's rated R. But I heard it's basically 7, where what's his face is a combination of both detectives in that movie, and then the Riddler is basically John Doe.
Right, and I'm here for it. It looks beautiful. It looks dark.
Do you know who shot this?
I don't know who shot this.
Greg Fraser. You know what Greg Fraser shot?
What did Greg Fraser shoot?
He shot Lion.
Oh,
beautiful film. He shot Rogue One.
Okay.
And he shot out a movie I'm dying to see again, which is coming out this weekend. He shot Dune.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Well, I'll give that man some props because, like, what I saw from the trailer, it looks absolutely stunning and beautiful. Colin Farrell is unrecognizable
as
the
Penguin.
As the Penguin.
I'm probably going to end up seeing this trailer anyway because they're going to play it before Dune.
Right. They're going to play it before everything. But the mystery that was, like the mystique that was presented in the first trailer isn't here. It's still not giving you that much story. You just now know that the Riddler is truly like the villain. Before, in the first trailer, it was hinted at and stuff like that. But this one, like, the Riddler's the dude, and it's from what I hear, it's a 3-hour detective movie.
It takes place during Halloween, over the course of a few days leading up to Halloween.
Right, and I'm here for it, man, because Batman is the world's greatest detective. I want to see Batman do more than punch motherfuckers in the face and use gadgets.
Yeah, because it's been described as a horror movie, and our test audiences have called it terrifying, which I was just like, okay.
Fuck, I'm here for it, man.
There's a reason why it's coming out in March and not during June or July. So that's why I don't want to watch the trailer, because I'm like, yo, it's right around the corner. Like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Plus, I got all this other shit that I'm hyped for that's coming out before then. Yeah. So
I mean, so the trailer didn't heighten my anticipation, but it kept it at a constant level.
All right.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, DC Fandome, listen, because they announced Harley Quinn's coming back. They don't know when. They announced that Doom Patrol's getting a 4th season. Like, they've announced a lot of stuff. It was a good little, 3 hours. It was 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I didn't do all 3.5 hours. I did like an hour and a half.
It's a love letter basically for the fans, man. And you know what, man? It's more fun. It looks like, it's more fun than Comic-Con. Like, watching the Comic-Con shit, it's just like, cool. This, it's interactive. They make it makes you feel part of it.
Right. Like in our mystery boxes that they sent us, they even sent us like lanyards. And I was like, you didn't have to do that, but I like that. That's cool.
So if DC Fandome actually happens and becomes a convention, hopefully we get invited. Like, I would love to go to this. This is what I want from fandom. It's just like a celebration. Everybody's like, oh, cool. This is all cool.
Like, none of that toxic bullshit.
Yeah.
But also there were no comments. So you couldn't see the toxicity. But I mean, it was positive. Like, I liked it.
Marvel, maybe take some notes here. Like, you should really do this if you want to boost your sales just across the board, because you can only live and die off your movies so much. You really should do what DC's doing.
Well, like, honestly, like, I was always a DC dude, like, when it came to the comics.
Yes.
The movies, not so much. That's why I shit on the movies so much, is because I have a higher expectation. Because I'm DC do or die.
Their multiverse is better. They're known for their multiverse, and like, it's sad that like Marvel beat them to the punch on the multiverse.
Right. But like, when it comes to the movies, Marvel's killing it. But like, when it comes to the comics, I mean, you can only kill Captain America so many times.
Yeah. Yeah. The Hail Hydra thing was fucking stupid. Like, when you finally got to that was like a 2-year thing too. And by the time that was resolved, I was like, yo, man, this was not worth all this.
All right.
Shit.
So the Hail Hydra, the only reason the Hail Hydra thing worked, like, I'm glad it exists, so they could put it in
Endgame.
Yeah, they could put it in Endgame.
Yeah. That shit. In the comics, though,
right? In the comics, it was like, oh, okay,
yeah.
All right.
That was a cool little twist. But then once you got to the reason about why Cap was Hydra, I was just like, man, this was not worth all this 2 years of reading all this bullshit. It just wasn't worth it.
Right.
So, with that said, let's move into our final piece, Oppenheimer. So that's the name of Nolan's new movie. It's Oppenheimer.
Okay.
It's going to be shot in 70 millimeter and IMAX 70 millimeter. why a movie about J. Robert Oppenheimer is going to be shot in IMAX.
I don't know, man. Like I hope he has an interesting. It's going to be more than just a fucking biopic.
It's got to be because like it's coming out during the summer. It has $100 million budget, and then if you're shooting on IMAX, my guy, like
right,
this better be that eye popping shit that you normally give us.
Right, I'm not looking for seeing some equations in IMAX.
So we've got that they confirmed that Cillian Murphy's starring.
Right.
Ludwig Gorrasson's coming back to score. I'm surprised he ain't asked Hans to come back.
Oh, maybe Hans was busy. I don't know.
Hotyeme von Hotyeme is returning, which is great because I honestly wish Hotyeme was his DP from the beginning. Like I would Interstellar. Like don't get me wrong, Wally's work with Nolan is beautiful, but Hotyeme is the better DP. Jennifer Lame is returning to edit, and it has a July 23rd, 2023 release date. So they're gonna start shooting in February.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. I was talking to someone this weekend about how you can't hear the dialogue in Tenet. So I hope that this movie, which is obviously going to be very dialogue intensive, he just mixes it like at a more suitable level for his audience.
I hope it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I just hope the movie makes sense. Like my mission in life is if I ever get to where I want to be, like I'm going to remake Tenet because Tenet, like the more I watch that movie, the more I'm just like, man, this is an all-timer if you had just like dumbed it down by like 50.
Right. I mean, like
I can easily make that until an all-timer.
Because we were all excited because like, all right, Nolan's doing a fucking sci-fi time travel Bond film. Fuck yeah. And nope.
And here's some, like I said, besides reducing the plot, I'll give the protagonist a little more motivation, and I will not have him be called the protagonist. I'll tell you that right now. Also, I will not have the main woman and her child be used as chess pieces or have her getting beaten for most of the runtime. So
yeah, and I would put Kenneth Branagh on a diet of scenery chewing.
Yeah, because he needed to dial it down too.
I mean, I loved it. It looked like he was having fun, but it was like, oh, okay, so you're a bad dude. You're like Snidely Whiplash type fucking villain.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jeff, what have you watched lately?
What you watching? What you watching? I said, what you watching? What you watching?
What are you watching?
I'm watching the same thing I watch every week, Big Booty White Girls. Anyway, what have I been watching? I finished Squid Game. Yeah, it ended.
Yeah, I heard ending was hella disappointing.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but there's a twist in it that if you think about it, it kind of like it's obvious that this twist is going to happen. I was just hoping that they weren't going to go that way, but they did. And it's obviously set up for a sequel series, which is kind of also disappointing. I get that you find something successful, you kind of want to keep it going, but some stories just need to end, and so, but everything getting up to that is fucking dime tight, except for that last half an hour.
Netflix, baby.
Netflix, right? Yeah.
Man, I forgot to watch The Harder They Fall. I just didn't have time.
Yeah. I got my list is so long, man. Yeah. So Squid Game, watch it. You're gonna love it all the way to the last episode. It did not. The end didn't piss me off as much as Brand New Cherry Flavor. The end of Brand New Cherry Flavor really just made me fucking angry. But this, the end of it was just like, well, you could have done better, But it is what it is. It's a worthwhile watch, and it's got me back into watching Korean cinema and all that stuff. So, thanks for that.
Jeff, before you get into the next thing you watch, there's one more thing I forgot to say.
What'd you forget to say?
Why The Last Man's been canceled.
Yeah, no, I saw that this morning. I was preparing to watch all of them, for the next couple of episodes, and then I get this tweet and I see why The Last Man was fucking canceled.
It's only 5 episodes in.
I thought it was 8 episodes. Is it 5?
We're only 5 episodes in.
Okay, it's only 5 episodes in, and now I really have to watch it. Why did they give up on this before this season was even out?
Here's my question. Why do it? Because this shit's been in development as a show or a movie for 20 years.
Right.
So they said they're trying to find a new home for it.
Yeah, but they're always trying to find a new home for, shows that were canceled too soon. I'm still waiting for season 4 of Hannibal.
Yeah, but you see everything gets a second wind. I mean, fucking Longmire got fucking 4 seasons on Netflix after it got canceled. That's Hulu. They prematurely blow their load all the time.
Yeah,
you like it, and then they're like, "Oh, we're done."
It's oh,
word? You're just gonna leave me here? Yeah, we're gonna leave you there. You finish yourself off.
So
they throw you the towel, finish yourself.
So watch for the next season of Why the Last Man on Peacock Plus, or whatever.
Peacock. On the cock.
Oh shit. All right. So speaking of Hulu fucking up, I was watching the 2012 remake of Total Recall because I couldn't find my remote control.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I went to a press screening of that in 3D.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The entire, they had 2 rows for press, so 50 press people were all squished together, and the rest of the theater were people who worked on it.
Right.
At the end of the movie, everybody stood up and clapped. Good job, Len. You did such a good job, Len. Oh my God, Len.
Was that the equivalent of the also ran, everybody gets a trophy sort of standing ovation? Because look, the Total Recall remake, it wasn't horrible,
but it's not good.
It's not good at all.
It's exactly what you expect from a Len Wiseman movie.
Right. It's equal parts Minority Report, Underworld. It tries to do all these sci-fi tropes, and it fails at all of them. And they try to shoehorn shit in there from so this was based on a book, right? Was Total Recall based on a Asimov story?
I'm gonna be real with you. I have no clue.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to assume that Total Recall was not based on a book, the 80s Schwarzenegger film. But they tried to shoehorn shit in from that movie into this movie that just didn't work in the world that they created. And Len Wiseman is no fucking
Paul Verhoeven.
Stop
remaking this nigga's movies, man.
Right? The thing about Verhoeven is every Verhoeven movie, in that sci-fi realm is satire. It has a political bent to it, and it's weird and it's interesting, but it's always got a deeper meaning to it. Even fucking RoboCop.
Yeah.
RoboCop is a fucking story about consumerism,
yes,
and corporate identity
and police
brutality
and militarization of the police and how they get fucked over. That's why they're on strike.
Right. This dude was telling that story 30 years ago,
and it's only gotten more relevant.
Right.
That's why RoboCop's a masterpiece.
Right. And and this Total Recall is just it looks slick, but it's
they threw the 3 titty bitch in there just because.
Right, that's the thing.
Just because.
Right, just because. The 3 titty bitch, the malfunctioning face helmet thing. It's you didn't fucking need that. It played in the first one, It doesn't play in this one.
No.
Because this nigga's not going to Mars.
Yes.
Why couldn't you the one thing is about fucking aliens on fucking Mars trying to create oxygen and make Mars habitable is just taken off all the table, and now there's just this huge fucking fleshlight that leads from one side of the earth to the other.
Yeah, man. I fucking
right. And the lens flare. Like, say what you will about JJ and his lens flare. Total Recall went just fucking balls deep over the top with there's lens flares on shit that didn't need to be there. Like that, there's no way that fucking thing is creating that lens flare.
Again, why is Len Wiseman a revered action director? Like,
I don't know.
His shit sucks. Like, his Die Hard sucks. His fucking Underworld movie sucks. This Total Recall remake sucks. Like, I don't know why he's like getting the work he does.
I have no idea.
He fucking sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I guess he's competent enough. I mean, he's no Paul W.S. Anderson. You know, like, I don't understand how that dude has a career.
Yeah, right?
Right? But he's not like the next generation of action director.
Yeah, he's not John McTiernan.
Right?
He's not fucking. He's nobody. He's
no Wolfgang Peterson. You know, like
fucking even Denny, and Denny's movies aren't action heavy, but when there is action in Denny's movie, 10 times better than anything in these motherfuckers' movies.
Right. So
I mean,
yeah. All right, so there you go. Total Recall. I mean, like I said, I lost my remote, and just played next.
That happens, man.
Yeah. I've been rewatching Shameless, the Showtime original TV show.
Oh, not the British one?
Not the British one. The American remake. Because season 11 is now finally on Netflix, and I haven't finished season 11. So I was like, let me start this from the beginning. Yeah, let me start from season 1 and work my way up through 11. And you know, the show is not that old, but it's still, it still holds up. It's about like poverty. It's about, how the cycle of poverty. It's about a cycle of fucking drug abuse and stuff like that. Familial trauma, all encapsulated in like, sort of hilarity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good show, but I just want to point out that Shameless has one of the best romances I've ever seen on TV, and that's Ian and Mickey, the gay couple that are on that show. You've watched this for 11 seasons of them trying to, like, them getting together, Mickey coming to terms with his homosexuality and stuff like that, and it's just I watched the show now just to see them like kind of navigate life. Right. So, I mean, I would, if you have Netflix, if you got some time, go and watch Shameless. I have friends who won't watch it though, because it's too triggering for them.
I get it.
Yeah. And I get that. Like, when I watched it originally, it was week by week on Showtime, whatever like that. But so the trauma wasn't as impactful as watching it in a row, like a couple episodes in a row. Yeah, you can start to get depressed after a while. You need some fucking Xanax or whatever to watch this straight through. But if you have Netflix, which everyone does, I don't even know why I ask if you have Netflix. Like fucking. You either have Netflix or someone who's got Netflix, so that means you have Netflix.
All right.
Give it a watch, just for the Ian and Mickey shit, and everybody else.
All right.
And the last thing I watched, I want to talk about is the 1991 action masterpiece Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
Oh, I've heard of it. Never watched it.
I've heard of it, right? I never sat down to watch it. It is horrible.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it is but it's good horrible.
Yes.
So Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man is it's fucking Mickey Rourke and Don Johnson playing outlaw criminals who rob a bank who rob an armored car in order to get money to save their favorite bar.
Okay.
Right? And they end up stealing what looks like the prototype for blue meth from this corporate drug dealer. And he sends his hitmen after him, who are all dressed in bulletproof trench coats, led by Danny Baldwin. Yeah. And there's just shootouts, and there's tits, and there's just fight scenes out of nowhere for no apparent reason. And yeah, so if you want the last great bullshit action movie, like just turn off every brain cell you have and just strap in for just some bullshittery and shenanigans, Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man.
Okay, we'll get into what I watched. Let's start with a cartoon I watched Saturday called Straight Out of Nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog.
What? There's a Scooby-Doo Courage crossover?
It went straight to DVD. I rented it from Redbox because I need to use a birthday rental. It was going to expire soon. I was like, fuck, man, let's watch this. So it's made for the exact people
who have an expiring coupon for Redbox.
No, it's made for one audience and one audience only. If you're fucked up, like if you're extremely fucked up, this movie is amazing. Like, it is hilarious. It's basically like F9 with Courage and Scooby-Doo. Like,
that's all I needed to hear.
None of the shit makes sense. It's surreal at points. Like, don't come to this for the plot. Like, it's hilarious. But have fun.
But do you ever go to any of these Scooby-Doo crossovers?
No,
for the plot.
No, man, I go in to have fun,
right,
and just watch it. It's because these things are only like an hour and 20 minutes. So like,
I watch these Scooby-Doo crossovers because I'm a Velma sexual. I love Velma.
Watching it, I told my brother, I was like, "Yo, you know who make a perfect live action Velma?" He's like, "Who?" I was like, "Ileana Glazer."
Yeah,
she would kill it.
Yeah,
so. I cannot recommend enough. Even if you have kids, your kids will love it for different reasons,
right?
For entirely different reasons.
You'll like it because you're high. Your kids will like it because it's a cartoon.
Yeah, this shit. I'm gonna watch it again though as soon as it comes on HBO Max.
Oh shit, this is a twofer. This is a 2-watch. Okay.
Oh man, this shit is hilarious. Also started rewatching Cowboy Bebop. It still holds up. I'm 2 episodes deep, so that's what I've been detoxing when I get off work. Because once I get off work, take a shower and get in bed, I only have like 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
Pass out,
yeah. Before I got to pass out and do the shit over again. So it's like Cowboy Bebop. I love the show. I will never stop loving the show.
When's the live action coming out? That's November.
Yeah, November. So I'm trying to get through it before the live action premieres.
I mean, I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop in I would say about 10 years. So I got to go back and.
Well, I'm watching it on Hulu. It's on both now, Hulu and Netflix. Like Demon Slayer is on both Hulu and Netflix. And that's the other thing I've been doing. I've been playing the Demon Slayer game because it's such a beautifully animated show, and that animation carries over into the game. Tell me how the show's violent as fuck and is like TVMA, and then the game is rated T.
Oh, because they're trying to sell the game. They're trying to sell units.
Yeah, little kids at work watch that shit. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas way too young to be watching Demon Slayer.
Negligent parents, man. A whole bunch of Joes walking around.
I don't get these parents, man. You get mad when you show them Godzilla versus Kong, but then they're like, yeah, I watched Logan. I saw it.
Like, how does a kid see it?
I don't know, man. I don't know. The principal, I remember one last year, before the quarantine, before COVID. One of the kids was in like 4th or 5th grade was reading the book, and the vice principal's like, yo, you got to give me that book. They're like, why? It's my book. They're like, no.
This book's not for you. Yeah. You're not ready for this.
Yeah. He got legit pissed. I was like, yeah,
right, because like in the book they have that whole entire gangbang scene, like that no 4th grader should be reading about.
Yes, that shit is so sick that has been there's 2 adaptations of it. And it hasn't been in either one because that shit is so sick. You know what I mean? Also, I'll get into GoldenEye. I watched GoldenEye again last night. very 90s, very dated. The action is still pretty good, but as a whole, it's just like when I think of GoldenEye, I think of the 64 game, because that game is that game's amazing. But otherwise, as the movie, it's just like, yeah, sure.
That's the reason you bought the N64 was for GoldenEye.
You bought the N64 for that and for
Donkey Kong Country.
What was the other game? Oh fuck, man. Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Those are the two games that really push video games forward. Like, they need to re-release them shits.
I think they tried to. I think they did re-release GoldenEye.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think on one of the systems that I don't have yet.
I'm gonna have to Google, and I'm like, re-release Ocarina of Time. That game was elite, man. That was ahead of its time.
Dude, I got that Christmas Day whenever it was released. And I did not emerge from my house until New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah, same. Like, my parents bought me a 64, and that was the first game I got was Ocarina of Time. And I just remember my dad got pissed. He's like, I regret buying this for you because you won't go to bed. I'm like, shut up, nigga.
Sometimes you gotta be like that, you know?
I want to... if I ever get to where I need to be, that's the one I want to do into a movie. Like Ocarina of Time is such a standalone.
That's a series, though. That's like a limited series. You can't do that in 2 hours.
I'll get it done. Baby. Or I might pull a Denny. I'll be like, yo, is this 2 parts, baby?
Yeah, all right. You can do parts.
I'm doing Lord of the Rings. I'm giving you Lord of the Rings level fantasy here. You know what I mean? Because Ocarina of Time, you don't have to know shit about Zelda.
Right.
That's just its own thing. And it's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Beautiful game.
Man, I want to buy a 64 just so I can play that again.
Yeah. They did too much. Now I think about it. I'm thinking about it now. I'm just like, damn, y'all did too much for that game. Like,
right.
That was way ahead of its time.
When did that come out? That came out in what, 2000?
No, that was like 97, 98.
Was it?
Yeah, man.
Shit. I'm fucking old.
Yeah, me and you both. Also, the other last thing I'll get into, then this is I'm gonna say this is highly ill-advised cinema. Mm-hmm. So my journey with Sex and the City has now come to the end.
Let's hear it. I've been waiting for you to watch this movie so I can hear this.
So I watched Sex and the City 2. This is again 2.5 hours, and unlike the first movie where you get why that was made, why, like everything that happens, this is one where I'm just like, how did this happen? How did this movie happen? Like, we start off the movie. Remember those 2 gay dudes who hated each other?
Right.
They're in the show, throughout the show.
Right.
They get married at the beginning of this one.
Of course. Why not? Why not? Cool.
Yo, even Miranda even says, she's like, I thought these 2 hated each other. And I was like, that's what we're all wondering. Nigga, you know what feels like? This feels like, imagine if Samuel L. Jackson's character from Django Unchained was a gay man, and he wrote this. Yo, everything's white.
It's like, so the most self-loathing, like, okay, yeah, I can't even describe it, but I get what you're saying.
Because Michael Patrick King is a gay man, and he's been like basically the showrunner for the show since season 4, and he wrote and directed the first movie. He wrote and directed this movie. Bro, the wedding, everything's white. The first thing they show is a gay male choir singing show tunes.
Because that is all gay people are just show tunes, right? Oh my God.
They have swans at the wedding.
Yeah, there's fucking swans at the wedding. These 2 motherfuckers hated each other for 10 years.
Yo, Liza Minnelli shows
get the fuck out of here.
And then at the reception, because the wedding and the reception's at the same venue, at the reception, she does Single Ladies with the dance. Everything, the Beyonce dance.
Was there a checklist of stereotypes that they had to check off and you're just talking about the first 10 minutes of the movie, right?
Yes.
This is just the first 10. Like, all right, so how many stereotypes about homosexuals can we fit in 10 minutes? And go!
I was laughing so hard. I was like, bro, this seems like this was written by a straight dude in 1990.
Bro, that's what the gays like, man. They fucking Liza Minnelli and fucking show tunes. Put some of those fruity ass birds in there. What is a swan? Yeah, put a swan in there. They like that.
I was just like, I can see why so many people hate this movie. I can see why the Sex and the City fandom's like, yeah, fuck that second movie.
Right. And so this is only 10 minutes in. So let's go 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes of a 2.5 hour movie. Go. Let's hear it. Go. What's next?
Nigga, this movie is the definition of rich white people's problems. Where the problems aren't even problems.
I love rich white people problem movies though, man. Igby Goes Down. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, there's character work there. Like, people are dealing with shit in that movie. They're not dealing with fucking anything. Like, Charlotte, her biggest problem is like she can't handle 2 kids. Like, she's like, I need a break for my kids because she has a breakdown and she's worried about the nanny. Oh, we got to get into the nanny.
Let's talk about the nanny. Come on, let me hear it preach.
The nanny is played by Alice Eve. Alice Eve, for those of you who don't know her, is a very notable actress. She was in Star Trek Into Darkness, and everybody shat on JJ for that gratuitous scene of her in the bikini when she was changing clothes.
Okay.
That has nothing on what this movie does.
Oh yeah, all right.
They have her not topless, braless throughout the movie, so you see her nipples, and they that's what part of the problem why a lot of the women don't like her in the movie, because she's like, all the men like her because she's so personable and bubbly, and she doesn't wear a bra. And then there's a point where she's helping Charlotte's kids take a bath. Her husband's in there. The little girl, Lily, the little Asian girl that they adopted, picks up the water faucet and sprays her white shirt. So, and this is clearly Alice Eve because the camera tilts from her face down to her tits.
There's no CGI right there.
And I'm just like, bro, at this point, you might as well have the bitch go topless because, like, there's nothing left to the imagination. Right. And for those of you who don't know, Alice Eve is a well-endowed woman. You see everything, and I was just like, man, when the camera has that fucking tilt down to her nipples, where you see all the titty, I'm just like, man, I'm getting thirsty. I was like, shit.
Well, here's my thing. Here's my fucking thing. So the dad's there, right?
Yeah.
Then why the fuck do you need a nanny bathing your fucking kids?
Because he's a lawyer. He's a Jew lawyer, and he's always busy and shit. But he's a good father. I mean, the show made it clear, and the previous movie made it clear he's a good dude. He's like us. He's laid back, but he's a good dude. He doesn't like wander around, and that's the thing. Is like Charlotte's like, oh my god, he's gonna cheat on me with her. And I was like, bro, y'all established over the course of like 2 seasons and a whole ass 2.5 hour movie like this, he doesn't do that type of shit.
Right. So
that's Charlotte's problem. It's like she can't handle 2 kids and she has to worry about the nanny. Miranda has no problems. This is actually the first movie where I like Miranda's been like chill for the most part. Just super chill.
Okay.
Miranda's the redhead, Cynthia Nixon's
right.
Samantha seems
is cancer back?
No.
Okay.
But she seems to regress more and more and more, where I'm just like, yo, it seems like you're writing a 20-year-old woman in what should be like a 56-year-old woman's body. Like, if that makes sense.
Right. All right. So I'm trying to word this correctly. So she's
the mentality of a 20-year-old,
right,
and a 56-year-old woman, where it's just like, look, you're in Dubai. You're not going to act like that in Dubai, especially when Miranda's telling her, like, yo, don't do that shit because, like, we could get in trouble.
Right. How do they end up in Dubai?
I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
So Carrie's problem is that she thinks Big and her becoming too boring of a married couple, and that she misses going out. She misses going to premiere. She misses drinking till 3 a.m. And Big's like, yo, we got each other. Like, this is what marriage is. He's like, yo, it's me and you. And he just wants to stay at home, eat some takeout, and watch old black and white movies. And it doesn't even happen till they get to Dubai, where somebody has to pull Cary to the side and be like, bitch, you have a husband who wants to just stay home and chill with you. Most people can't get that shit. Like, the fact that that's what he wants to do after all these years of stepping out and doing this and that. And this nigga's just like, I just want to come home to you and just watch movies.
Right.
That's married life. Somebody had to tell it like that. That's married life.
So, like, oh my God.
Yes,
So
yes.
Yeah. So go on, man. Go on. Like, tell me more about this.
So they go to Dubai because remember the actor I told you about who's in the last season, and then it was in the previous season, who helped Samantha grow as a character. Like, it seemed like she really grew during that last season.
With the Mikhail Baryshnikov?
No. It was Smith Jared.
Okay.
So he calls her up and was like, yeah, I'm shooting a movie in Dubai. Shot a movie in Dubai. I want you to come to the premiere because, you put me on. You gave me my career. You can meet the Sheik. And she's like, okay, cool. They meet the Sheik. The Sheik likes her. He's like, oh, I heard you do business. Jerry set it up that we're going to do business together. So or Smith, because that's his stage name, right. Smith. His real name's Jerry. He's like, yeah, Smith set it up. We're going to do business together. So come to Dubai. So she gets her and her girlfriends to go to Dubai. And that's how they end up in Dubai. And as they're going to Dubai, Samantha screams, come on, we got to get the fuck out of New York. Let's go where the money is, where rich shit is. And I'm just like,
okay.
Yeah, I was just like, yo, y'all already living a lifestyle that's unattainable.
Like you,
and y'all just made it like worse.
You were thriving in Manhattan. Like,
yes. She has her offices, Samantha Jones's agency, because she's a publicist.
Right.
Overlooks Times fucking Square.
Right. But, that doesn't matter because, there's more rich motherfuckers. Yeah. All right. So it just.
So everything escalates because they're in Dubai. Cary happens to come across Aiden, and Aiden was the dude she really should have ended up with, but they wrote him kind of shittily, and how that relationship ended was like, I get it, but I was also like, it feeds into the toxicity of nice people, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And not being able to trust the person you want to be with.
Right.
So, like, Aiden coming to Dubai, and now she's rekindling shit with Aiden, even though she's married to Big. You got Samantha dealing with, like, Dubai. They're all, like, sexually, like, conservative. And she's, like, sexually free and open. And then you got Charlotte, who's just constantly calling her husband and texting her husband because she's afraid that he's going to cheat on her with the babysitter. And every time they play the babysitter music, Alice Eve has this bad Irish accent, and they always play like this Irish music, like this. Yeah, bro. Yeah, this movie is ill-informed. It's racist. It is homophobic. It is everything. It is so racist. Like, at the end of the movie, they have to leave Dubai because Samantha is being Samantha and fucked it all up for them. Because she was rubbing on some dude's dick in public and had sex on the beach in public.
You can't do that.
Yes. Also, you have a hotel room. Just So she gets arrested. They get her out of jail because Miranda's a lawyer, and then the Sheik, the hotel's like, so yeah, every night here is gonna be $22,000 a night from here on out. And they're like, what are you talking about, the Sheik? Oh, he's like, no, the Sheik's not paying for it anymore. And she's like, oh, okay. She's like, what's checkout time? She's like, checkout time's an hour. So they have an hour to pack because if you don't pay the $22,000,
right,
it's jail time. Like, basically everything's jail time in Dubai if you don't, like, abide by shit.
I mean, I don't know how Dubai works, but okay.
Yeah, so Samantha, she wore this tight crop top. They told her, don't wear that shit as they're trying to escape from Dubai. They go to like this back alley market where they were there earlier because Cary forgot her passport because she saw Aiden and left it there with the guy she bought shoes from. She goes back there, gets her wallet. Also, they tell you earlier in the film, hey, don't go into the back market, because if you buy shit where they take you in a room, all that shit's illegal. You could go to jail for that. And what happens?
They go in the back room
and they have to. And Miranda and Cary are trying to pull them out, and they get into an argument with the dude who owns the back room because Samantha has a purse that looks just exactly like her real Birkin. So they get an argument over this fake Birkin. So all the people see her, how she's dressed, and they think she stole the purse. And so now they're being like hounded, and they're trying to pray, oh, I hope nobody calls the police, because if they call the police, they're going to jail. So they have to hide in these house. Like, these women love them because Samantha made this whole big speech about being sexually free. They go into this room with all these women who are like, we love you guys because you talk about how we feel and you're not afraid to say it. And they take off their burqas and their veils and stuff, and they're dressed head to toe in the spring this season. How they get it, I don't know. How can they afford this? I don't know. They're in the spring collection from Fashion Week from all these designers under their burqas. I'm like, first off, it is 10,000 degrees in Dubai. These bitches would not be wearing that shit under their burqas, nor would they be walking around in sand in high heels. So that's how they get away, is they put on the burqas and the veils, and they can't get a taxi because they're women because Cary saw this watching an old movie with Big. She lifts up her burqa and sticks her leg out and goes and shifts her leg back and forth, and all these taxis stop, and that's how they get out of there.
This seems like cinematic waterboarding.
It is. That is like the fact that was somebody wrote that into a movie where these women, these Middle Eastern women, just rip off their burqas and shit, and they're wearing all this high-end fashion shit. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
So what you're saying is that everybody should go out there and watch Sex and the City 2 Dubai Debacle.
If this is a sign of things to come, this is not good. I can see why Kim Cattrall is like, yeah, I'm not coming back as Samantha Jones for this new series. She's like, there's nothing else. She straight up said, there's nothing else to do with Samantha. Like, I'm done playing Samantha. And I get it, because like Samantha's going to be like in the show's timeline.
Right.
When this show airs and in the show's timeline, she's going to be like 65. You can't have a 65-year-old woman doing all this dumb shit still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't have hopes for the show, but I have hopes that this last movie is erased from the record because of the stuff that they're doing in this reboot.
Well, they were going to do a third movie, and Sarah Jessica Parker was like, we had a really beautiful story, but, you know, it didn't come together because Kim Cattrall didn't want to do it. And they revealed what the story was, and basically, like, Big was going to die for some reason, and Cary was going to be a widow, and it's going to deal with her being a widow. And then Brady is Miranda's son, was going to be a teenager and start sexting Samantha. And Samantha's trying to deal with that because, you know, Samantha's a horny person, always loves sex, but she, you know, that's her best friend's kid, like sexting her.
That sounds like an interesting movie.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to do this shit, and I don't blame her. Because we watched that second movie, I'm just like, man, if you are not a white woman, this movie should piss you the fuck off.
All right, so watch Girls Trip.
That is highly ill-advised cinema. It's Sex and the City 2. Ooh boy!
So you finished
the gay wedding.
So you finished out like they had you on the hook for like all the seasons and the first movie. You were like, all right, I can get behind this. I love it. It only takes one ill-advised movie to leave that taste in your mouth.
And it feels like they went to Dubai just because at the time that was like the place to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, that's why all the fans hate that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you know that. Like, there you go. So thank you for taking that bullet for me.
All right. Well, let's move on to trailer talk.
Roll camera and action.
It's time for some trailer talk.
So let's get into it. Scream 5. Apparently, dude who read the script saw the trailer is like, yeah, they're intentionally not showing you anything for a reason. I'm like, okay, cool, but like, I still don't want to see that. Wes is dead, man. Like, now that Wes Craven's gone, I don't need to see this movie.
I don't need a reinvention of this.
Yeah.
I don't need a reboot or a soft reboot. I don't need to see the old characters mentor the new kids on the. I don't.
They did that in Scream 4 almost anyway. Like, yo. Also, how many times is Sydney, Dewey, and the other girl gonna go through this shit? Like, it's almost like Die Hard. This can only happen to you so many times.
Right. John
bro.
McClane's luck is not that bad.
Yeah. Lethal Weapon, it makes sense because they're cops working cases. Like, this shit,
Yeah, so, like...
Comes out in January.
I'll watch it if it's going directly to theater. It's not doing a hybrid, right?
Nah, the Paramount's banking all in on this, going straight to theaters.
Look, I don't... Whatever. I'll watch it on Redbox. Like, if someone gives me a free screening of this, I'll watch it. Maybe I'll enjoy it. But, like, from what I saw in the trailer, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So the opening scene of Scream 1, they just kind of redid that, except for now it's through texting. You know, and it's all right. It's what it is. It's okay. It's a movie.
Home Sweet Home Alone.
Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck this trailer. Fuck the idea. Fuck it.
There's a reason why it's free. It's going to be free on Disney Plus. I didn't even know I knew there was 3 Home Alone movies. Like, I know it was the first 2 with Macaulay Culkin, and they did something else with a different kid.
I thought there was
Home Alone 3.
I thought there was a 4th one too.
There is, because I looked it up, bro. There is 6 of these.
Are you fucking serious?
I am shitting you not.
Wow. Yeah, and this just seems to be a hard reboot.
Yeah.
Of the first one with a British kid, and like instead of 2 scummy burglars, it just seems like 2 burglars who are kind of down on their luck. That's what I caught from the like a couple that are down on their luck. They're just robbing just to make ends meet. I don't know what the fuck. It just looks like, oh wow, we did not need a remake of this at all.
I'll watch it just because it's on Disney Plus and it's free, but like I have next to no expectations for this, you know?
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
so
right, so but yeah, for those of you who didn't know, because I didn't know until Brandon sent me an email with this trailer that yes, there is a hard reboot of Home Alone coming to Disney Plus soon.
This is why you don't let companies swallow whole movie studios, because then they start cashing in on shit that you love.
Yeah. So there you go. And I love how one of the security guards is actually named is the brother
is Buzz
McAllister. So like
it's a semi sequel.
So there you go. That's how they create the McAllister verse, the Home Alone verse.
Let's move to Cyrano. This looks good.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's fucking like I love any iteration of the Cyrano de Bergerac.
I'm not familiar with this story.
You know what? You should check out Roxanne.
Okay.
It was with Daryl Hannah and Steve Martin.
It's the one where he has the big ass nose.
Big ass nose, right? And that's a really, really good film. But like any version of Cyrano, I'm down for. And it's our dude Dinklage.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking even the worst movie Dinklage is in is still a Peter Dinklage movie. It's still like he still kills it.
Yeah.
And this looks beautiful.
Man, I'm hoping it's good. Work on getting a screening for that. Like, I'm gonna definitely work, because I saw this trailer. I was like, yeah, we gotta get a screening. Like, Joe Wright directed it too, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. This looks. I don't like any of the Resident Evil movies, but I can say this looks fun. Does it look good? No.
No, it does not look good,
but it looks fun.
It doesn't look stupid.
Yeah. It looks like it has more thought put into it than almost the entire previous series.
Right. Like, I rewatched all of the Resident Evil films.
Yeah.
Just because they were just popping up everywhere, and they are not good.
Oh, no.
At all.
Oh, no.
Like, even the first one was like, as a fan of the video game series, it was a travesty, but as just movies, they were just ill-advised and stupid.
Yes.
This one looks like it at least is kind of keeping with what they did with the Resident Evil 2 remake, remastered that was released last year.
Right.
You know, it looks like it does. I can't say it looks good, but it looks enjoyable.
Yes, it looks fun.
Yeah.
So the Black Phone looks insane.
Yo, so they just pretty much did a horror version of The Lovely Bones, and I'm here for it. And how has Ethan Hawke never played a bad guy before?
I don't know, but like this shit, I was just like, bro, this
looks like
this looks dark as fuck.
I'm here for it.
Listen, if this is what Scott Derrickson's gonna be doing instead of Doctor Strange 2, perfectly okay with that. So
yeah,
I don't want to get too much into it just because we should save that for because we know we're gonna do it.
Well, yeah, we're gonna do a real review on that. But the Black Phone looks chef's kiss when it comes to horror.
Red Rocket looks fun. Sean Baker.
It looks it looks good. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It looks like I love two types of movies: rich white people problem movies and poor white people problems movies.
Well, that was Florida Project. I mean, I was lukewarm on Florida Project. I was even lukewarm on Tangerine, but I could say this about Sean Baker. He makes movies I'm glad I at least saw once. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'd probably say about this too. Like, I'm glad I saw it once. Like, I don't know. Dude's a real porn actor. So
who?
The main guy.
What, Simon Rex?
Yeah. He's a real porn star.
What? No, he was an MTV VJ.
Oh, was he? I thought he was a real porn star.
No. Like, he was a MTV VJ back in the day. He was the prettiest one. Like, there was Carson Daly and there was Simon Rex.
I'm gonna have to Google this dude. All right, let me Google him.
I mean, he may have done porn after MTV, but I know he was definitely a VJ.
All right. Well, let's get into our last trailer, which is Hawkeye. Starts basically right around Thanksgiving. It's gonna take us out. Looks cool.
Yeah,
I think it looks cool.
Looks all right. Yeah,
looks like fun.
You know, like it's weird because everything else has been so epic,
right?
With these Marvel shows,
right?
You know, except for Captain America and the Falcon.
Oh no, that was pretty epic.
No, but like
that was a globe-trotting adventure.
I'm talking supernatural, like multiverse, big.
Oh,
you know?
Okay.
This looks like a fun. It makes me not dislike Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, it makes me look like I'm gonna actually give a fuck about Hawkeye for one, and it's going to be a passing of the torch because clearly they're saying, "Yo, Jeremy Renner, get your shit and get out of here." We got Haley Steinfeld.
We're doing this Kate Bishop thing.
Yo, Haley, what up, ma? I'd like to explore your insides.
In the most lovely and
respectfully.
All respect. Flowers, dinner, conversation, and then insides.
Yeah, so I got nothing more to say.
Hawkeye coming to HBO, coming to Disney Plus in November.
All right, let's get to our main review.
All right.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the Film Blurbs feature film review.
Did you like it?
White people be mobbing, man.
Wait a minute. Before we get into Halloween, did you like the Aquaman special?
It's not for me.
I thought this shit was hilarious.
It's not like, were you high?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So
shit was hilarious.
Yeah. Like, so
I wish the movie I honestly wish this was the movie. Like, this is what I wanted from the movie.
All right. So if you don't know what we're talking about, HBO Max has this new limited series, Aquaman,
3 episodes.
Aquaman, King of Atlantis. And
this is chapter 1, Dead Sea.
Right. It's like it's not for me. It's not bad. I can see how it would be funny if I was really high. I'm not a big fan of that type of animation.
Oh, I thought I love that animation. The fucking just scribbles.
Yeah, so I'm not a big
awesome.
I'm not a big fan of the animation. The voice acting's good. Some of the jokes hit, but I really think if you imbibe, if you smoke, then this show's gonna hit for you.
All right. Well, as all I'm gonna say is I loved it. I don't like the cliffhanger. I thought that was a little cheap.
Well, it's 3 parts. Yeah. When does it come out? Every Friday or every?
I don't know. I don't even know when part 2 drops. They gave us a little sneak peek at part 2 during DC Fandome, where there's a whole musical sequence. That shit was funny as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna finish it.
All right.
But as of now, it's not a go-to for me. Like I can't say that it hits for me, but I'm not gonna say it was not gonna hit for a lot of the audience.
All right. Well, let's move into Halloween Kills.
Halloween Kills. All right, now my statement works. White people be mobbing.
The thing I loved about Halloween Kills is how the first one, Halloween, the new Halloween, because we got. So this is what we'll say: the very first John Carpenter Halloween is the OG,
right,
and that's canon,
right,
and then we have the one before this, which is New Halloween, which kicks off this new trilogy. So
which is the direct, like they're considering a direct sequel to the John Carpenter Halloween,
right? And to me, Halloween Kills is more of a sequel to the OG than it is to the one they put out before this. I do like this picks up immediately where this left off, and I do like that instead of dealing with Laurie Strode's trauma,
right,
we're dealing with the town's trauma and how they're processing it and how good intentions just backfire.
So I am conflicted with this movie. I see what they were trying to do,
right,
and I appreciate that,
right.
It just the dialogue was laughable at parts. Character motivations were kind of like, all right, I get it. It's a horror movie. People make dumb mistakes, but like even here, like the dumb mistakes are really fucking stupid. You know, like but like I could see what they were trying to do, and I appreciate that. And I think this is just a step towards what's the final one called?
Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends. I think that once we have the completed trilogy, I think Halloween Kills will be considered better than it's being received right now because people are fucking hating on this movie.
I liked it. I liked it better than the first Halloween because it does explore how people are dealing with Michael and how they feel and like just in general how good intentions always sort of don't lead to good things.
Right.
I mean that opening sequence with the flashback was fucking 10 times better than anything in the first movie.
I don't agree, but then like I don't agree for a different reason. I think the first one seemed like more of its own movie.
Right, because it has a beginning, middle, and end.
Right.
This one, it has a beginning, it's just lacking an ending.
Right.
It is.
It's essentially a cliffhanger.
It's a middle. It's why the people I went with, they didn't like it, and they didn't like it for that reason because it's essentially just a middle chapter.
Right. It just felt like it was almost a parody of slasher movies, and I think that it had a lot to do with the dialogue. The dialogue was really weak in this.
That didn't bother me, man. It's just because I'm watching Halloween. I'm not expecting like masterpiece theater.
Right, but like I'm not expecting masterpiece theater anyway. But like some of this shit was laughable. But the kills, ooh, chef's kiss.
This is the most brutal Halloween I've ever sat through. Like it made me squirm.
I winced a couple of times. Yeah. It's like, oh shit, he went. Oh, they went there.
They do not hold back. Like this one is just fucking brutal. God damn.
Right.
My question is, and this is where they fucked up, is this really should have been the last one. Like they had an out here. Like that was an ending up until it wasn't.
Right.
What are they gonna do for the next one? Like I can't see this being a whole another hour and a half. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but like I have faith in Danny McBride. And was it David Gordon Green?
Yeah, his camera work in this was amazing. It was my favorite camera work in a David Gordon Green project.
Like the camera work, it felt like a John Carpenter movie. It felt like an 80s fucking horror movie.
Super indie.
Right. Like I love that. And like I said, it had good intentions. I liked the pacing was off.
Yeah, it was too long. Because it's an hour 45 and it could have easily been like an hour 30.
Yeah, like
or hour 35.
Right, the pacing was off. I would have liked if they had just started with the flashback instead of like dude finding what's the cop's name? Wilkinson?
Will Patton.
Will Patton's character, right?
Yeah.
I would have excised that and just started with Halloween 1978.
Yeah.
Like that kind of took me out of it.
Okay.
Like, so that's like 5 minutes that you could have just cut right there off the running time. Yeah, so some of the, like I said, some of the acting was off, some of the dialogue was off, but like I get what they were talking about, and especially that mob scene. Like I had flashes of fucking the Capitol riots.
Oh yeah. That's one thing I think this movie, and this was shot before
all that bullshit. So now we know, like, you know,
people get stirred up into a frenzy over dumb shit real easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I mean, this did well for a movie that was day and date because this came out in theaters and on
Peacock.
The CAC.
The CAC.
It's on you can watch Halloween Kills on the CAC.
Let's real quick. It made $50 million, which is very good.
What was the budget on it?
20.
Oh shit! There you go. Boom.
So it would have made more. Like, it would have definitely made more had it not premiered on Peacock. And the only reason why it did this good is because nobody has Peacock. I mean, I have it, but it's the free one, not the paid one. I'm an AMC A-list member anyway, so a ticket for me was going to be free. I went with people. We saw it in the Chamonix because they were showing it in their Dolby Cinema there. So we're like, yeah, let's see it in Dolby, big laser projection, Dolby Atmos sound, yeah. And you felt all those gunshots. You felt the jump scares. You felt every kill. It was the reason why it went to Peacock is because Jason Blum's a fucking idiot.
Tell me how you feel.
This motherfucker said Freaky didn't do well, and because Freaky didn't do well, they decided to do a hybrid release with this, and I'm just like, you cannot compare Freaky with a Halloween movie.
And also, Freaky came out
during the height of the pandemic when they said don't go to a fucking movie theater.
I actually enjoyed Freaky,
which is fine, and I understand that's how you feel about Freaky is how Jason Blum, like, he's mad, like he loves that movie and he's mad it didn't do well. Then my guy, you should have delayed it.
Should have held it.
Yeah,
should have held it.
Yeah, like that's your fault. Don't blame that on Halloween. Yeah, and that's the thing. Halloween has a built-in fan base. It's a legacy franchise.
It's got a 40-year fan base.
So now you see why I called him a fucking idiot.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Because no offense, we've all seen Freaky Friday how many times? Like they've done that body swap shit so many times.
And I just happen to like it was with a serial killer. I enjoyed that, and it was funny. It wasn't the best movie ever, but it was enjoyable. The thing about Halloween Kills was gonna it was gonna make money no matter fucking what.
Yes, because it's a franchise. You have Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, she was sidelined in this movie, and I'm not even mad about that because the way they sideline her, it makes sense narratively.
Right, because now in 3, it's gonna close it out.
Oh yeah, especially what happens at the end of this. She's gonna be enraged.
Right.
So this really you fucked up here. You should have kept it just for theaters only, and you probably would have, if you kept it theaters only, probably would have made 60, 70, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what. I guarantee you, if he tries to pull this again, I guarantee you both Universal and Jamie Lee Curtis are gonna be like, no. Yeah,
I mean, like, of all the streaming services, why Peacock? That's the thing. Why the cock?
That's Universal streaming service.
Is that?
Yeah, Peacock. Because,
I guess,
NBC. That's the NBC logo is the Peacock.
Right, I guess.
And NBC Universal, right?
Yeah, all right. Now it makes sense. I didn't realize. I thought Peacock was just, I thought the CAC was just for NBC properties, but then I forgot that there's NBC Universal, and then there's the microwaves and shit like that from fucking.
The CAC is owned by Comcast.
Yeah, the CAC.
Comcast owns all that shit, man.
Yeah.
So,
but it's not a monopoly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But it's not monopoly.
If you're the only indie studios that are going to survive are going to be Neon and A24, and if you're not part of like a corporate corporate like Disney or Comcast or Warner Media, like, you're dead. Like Paramount, I don't know how Viacom is surviving, my guy.
Hand jobs and best wishes.
I guess because Well, anyways, but yeah, back to Halloween Kills. I really dug it. How do you feel about them making Michael supernatural again?
That's fine. That's fine. Like I said, I don't hate this movie. I just wish it lived up to the hype that I had, the fervor that I had in my heart.
Well, I think this like what the people I went with said, like what you said, this movie's going to live and die off of how good Halloween ends is. And I told the people I went with on the way home, I was like, thank God they filmed these back to back. So like we don't have to wait and we know at least it's coming. Because if this was it, I'd be like, what? Yeah, but this was clearly a middle chapter. I don't think it needed to be a middle chapter. Like they could have, I feel like you could have ended it here. Like it's clear like now the only way to defeat Michael is to burn down the house.
No, man, no. You got to the only way to kill Michael isn't the house. You have to destroy him from the record. It's like the boogeyman. You can't talk about him. Like they say it in the movie. The more people he kills, the bigger his legend grows and the more power he has. So you got to find a way to fucking just take his power away.
This is definitely the highest body count for a Halloween movie.
Yeah, because like you talk
highest body count.
Like because in Halloween 1, how many? He only killed like four people,
4 or 5 people. That's it, maybe less.
Like he kills that in the first 10 minutes of this fucking thing.
No, more than that. It's like fucking. Yeah, it's a lot, man.
Yeah, like fucking that firefighter shit was hot though.
Yeah.
And the scene with the like, it had some stellar moments, like the shit with the car.
Yeah,
in the park.
Yeah,
that shit was inspired, man.
All right, well, it is what it is. You know,
like I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Not nearly as much as like the internet. The internet fucking hates this fucking movie. I don't see why. Because it's still a slasher movie.
But I tell you what, this is 10 times better than all the sequels that have come before this.
Well, I mean, it's better than Halloween H2O with
Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Halloween 4, Halloween 5, all them shits.
Well, no, like Halloween Season of the Witch.
That's 3.
That's 3.
That's all right.
That's all right.
All right, well, I mean, that's it for our Halloween Kills. And we're coming up on Dune, baby.
Yes, sir.
And, I can't wait to see that shit again. All right, y'all. That was episode 23 of the Film Blurds.
Yeah, I mean, this week.
We're the Film Blurds. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurds podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best. It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFireXL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.